بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سلام عليكم طلبتنا الأعزاء. This is lecture 2, methods of research, types of research. Before we go ahead with the 10 steps, with detailing the 10 steps of conducting research, we have to know the types of research. Why? Because the design of the research refers to the overall strategy that you choose to integrate the different components of the study in a coherent and logical, logical way. So, to ensure that your research is effectively addressing a problem or constituting the blueprint for the collection, for measurement and analysis of data, you have to set out from allocating the types or the type of research you are to conduct. Actually, in this lecture, we're going to talk about 9 types of research. In fact, there are so many types of research. However, the most important and significant types are as follows: the general structure and writing style, action research design, case study design, cohort design, cross-sectional design, descriptive design, experimental design, exploratory design, and observational design. From this, from the name, we can sense the function and the definition of any given research, any given type of research. Let's start with the general structure and writing style. The function of this research is to ensure that the evidence obtained enables you to effectively address a research problem as unambiguously as possible. This is in general a problem, and you're trying to have the evidence which is related to the research to this problem and to entail the specifying type of the evidence needed to test a theory, to evaluate a program, to accurately describe a phenomenon, and so on and so forth. It is a general purpose of the research. And this actually has certain benefits. For example, identifying a problem, reviewing certain literature, explicitly specifying certain hypotheses, and so on and so forth. The second type of research, action research design. Okay, saying design here refers to the design and the form of any given paper. Why? Because different types of research have different types of design. So in action research design, this entails the understanding of a problem which is developed and a plant according to some form of interventory strategy. This intervention is carried out, which means is done through certain action, or certain action research during a certain time, pertaining to certain observations, collecting certain forms and various forms. The new interventional strategies are carried out, and the cyclic process repeats, continuing until a sufficient understanding of the problem is achieved. And this is why it is called action research design. It's important to know these types. Why? In order for us to know where do we work. Now, the third type, which is the case study. The case study is a study of a particular research problem rather than a sweeping statistical survey. Here, it is related to a case, one case, okay? And this case is studied in order to narrow down a very broad field of research into one or few easily researchable examples, okay? So, it is useful design. Why? Because when not much is known about a phenomenon, when we do not know a lot about certain phenomena, then we have to take a case and study this case so that we can know certain pieces of information in regard to this phenomena. And this is again important in social studies. The fourth type, which is the cohort design. The cohort design refers to a study conducted over a period of time. This is again important, involving members of a population, a group of people, which the subject or representative member comes from, okay, and who are united by some commonality or similarity. For example, if we talk about studying the he sound pronounced by, for example, the Iraqi learners of English, then we have to go back to delimit the place and the population, the subjects of the study, for example, taking them from Najaf, taking them from College of Education or Colleges of Arts, and so on and so forth. And at a certain stage of the study, all these can give us a cohort study, and through a point or a period of time. Now, cross-sectional design. The cross-sectional design or research is characterized by three characteristics. The first one, no time dimension. There is no time limitation. The second one, reliance on existing differences rather than change the following intervention. And the third one is groups are selected based on existing differences rather than random allocation. These are the most important 3 points that distinguish the cross-sectional design. From its name, cross-sectional, it's all about differences, studies, differences, parameters, I should say. The cross-sectional design can only measure differences between or from among a variety of people, a variety of subjects, or phenomena rather than change. So it's all about the differences. Cross-sectional, it's all about the differences. Let's take an example. Now, if you talk about the noun phrase in English and the noun phrase in Arabic, okay, and this contrastive study belongs to the cross-sectional design. Why? Because we are comparing and contrasting two different subjects from two different languages. So this is what is meant by cross-sectional design. Now, descriptive design, from the name, descriptive research design help provide answers to questions of who, what, when, where, and how. When describing a certain phenomenon, a certain problem, we have to put certain answers to who or what this is about, when it takes a place, where it takes place, and how it takes. Now, these WH questions are answered through certain procedures and called descriptive research design. The seventh type is the experimental design. Here we make certain experiments. Okay, our research is all about certain experiment in order to give certain results, and these results are the results of the the research. So it has certain causal relationship, cause and effect. There is no consistency in a causal relationship. A cause will always lead to the same effect. Okay. Now, the eighth type is the exploratory design. Okay, the exploratory design is conducted about a research problem when there are few or no area studies to explore. Okay, to focus on certain point, to focus on certain. There is no problem to be solved. The problem is to explore something, to find out new things about a certain phenomena. Now, if we take, for example, the Husseini cause, Al-Qadiyya Husseini. Now, in English, it is not studied and focused on in terms of the Husseini discourse. For example, the preaching, the chanting, the text of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, and so on and so forth. This is not focused on, or it has not been given its due attention. So when dealing with this, exploring this issue or this type of discourse, you will definitely have the exploratory design of research. The ninth and the final type of research is the observational design. Now here, this type of research totally depends on the observation. What is meant by the observation? Here we have to take a control group, okay, in certain cases, and then teach them, or we try to observe their attitudes and their behavior in order to take from them the data and compare these data to certain parameters that have been set by the study itself. So through these observations, okay, the problem of the research will be addressed. So it's all about comparing a group to another group through certain observations. Actually, these 9 types are the most common ones. There are different types, however, these are the most common ones. We have to know, as social science students, humanities, we have to know all these types of research. Why? Because when you are in the 4th stage, you will be required to write a research paper. Now, first and foremost, you have to specify what type of research you are going to conduct. Definitely one of these nine. One of these nine. Now, having known the type of research, then it will be a piece of cake. It will be very easy to you to choose the design of research, what to do, what to put in the first section or chapter, what to put in the second chapter or section, what to put in the third, and so on and so. How to document, how to make the list of references or the bibliography. These terms will be dealt with later on in lectures to come. So please keep in mind these types of research. I will upload this lecture as a PDF on your class next lecture, inshallah, and I'll start explaining it. If you have any question in this regard on this lecture, I'll be happy to explain them, to answer them when we have the lecture on online on Wednesday 10:30 a.m. That's all for me. Thank you very much. We'll meet inshallah.